Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Inayat Afridi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Learning English with Inayat Afridi. Today I will talk about one of the fundamental branches of grammar, and that is sentence. So this lecture will have two definitions for syntax. Number one, given by H.A. Gleason, and the second definition given by a well-known grammarian, John Stan, in his book Outline of English Grammar. So before we move towards definitions of the syntax, let me share one thing very important, that the grammatical system of a language is composed of two subsystems. And these two subsystems of a language are, number one, syntax, and number two is morphology. So before we move towards definition given by H.A. Gleason and George Stearns, let me tell you one thing very important, that the word syntax is basically from the Greek word syntaxis, spelled as S-Y-N-T-A-X-I-S. And syntax means arrangement. So we have two important ideas about that. Number one, in syntax is actually putting words in sequence, and syntax studies the combination of words, including word structure, and number two, the sentence structure. Now moving towards the definitions given by H.A. Gleason in his book Introduction to Descriptive Linguistics. So he defines syntax as that syntax is the principle of arrangement of constructions, be they small or large. So it tells us an important idea, that the syntax is actually arranging words into phrases, and the combination of phrases leads to clauses, and clauses combine to form sentences. I'll share three important points about this syntax, but first I'm going to define syntax from the book Outline of English Grammar, written by a well-known grammarian named George Stan. George Stan, in his book Outline of English Grammar, defines syntax as the syntax is the grammar of string of words. And moving towards the three important points I want to share about the syntax, that syntactically a sentence must have two main functions. The sentence must be grammatically correct, and the sentence must be meaningful. That means a sentence must convey the desired meaning, thought, or sense to the reader and listeners. The second point about the syntax is the syntax studies two cardinal points. Number one, it studies form, and number two, functions. And one important sentence that will improve your knowledge, and that is syntax begins where morphology ends. Here I have listed 5 sentences where shifting words across a sentence can shift a focus towards the main word. So the sentence number one is, "It was I who took a friend to the movies last night." Now with this sentence, our focus lies on the pronoun I. Number two, "Last night I took a friend to the movies." Now we have shifted words across the sentence, right? But our focus lies on the word last night. Number three, "It was taking a friend to the movies that I did last night." Now the focus is now shifted towards taking. Number four, "It was a friend that I took to the movies last night." The shift right here is on the friend, and our last sentence is, "It was to the movie that I took a friend last night." Now in this sentence, our focus clearly lies on the movies. So switching words across the sentence can shift a focus towards the main words of the sentence. I hope this lecture is understood. I defined syntax from two sources. Number one, Introduction to Descriptive Linguistics, written by H.A. Gleason, and number two, Outline of English Grammar, written by George Stan. So I hope the lecture is understood. Stay with Inayat Afridi, and do subscribe my channel, Learning English with Inayat Afridi. Stay blessed and stay happy.